Hey, hey, hello, hi, how you doing? We are in the building. It is about 5:35 or so Alaska time. Uh, it's Thursday. It's your man D Real. Thursday Live. I got on the Burning Plantation hoodie, so y'all should know what's gonna be cracking. But not as much as I thought was going to be cracking, because there was a few stories that I was going to talk about, get an update on, or rather got an update on, and found out there's some other things going on. Oh, by the way, thank you, sir. This is courtesy of Greg Burnham. Yeah, it's available on L7 platform. Is their webpage. You can go and purchase things there. So, and I copped that. So yeah. It's me in the building. Oh, what up, Diesel? A lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Always willing to plug my folks that plugs me. Show love to the folks that show love to me. Give time to the people who give time to me. Lot went on this week. Lot went on. Hey, Grand Madam, your package is on the way. So everybody, usual suspects is in the building. I got some stories. And then I got some other things that it's so much going on, man, right now. I feel like I need to dedicate a whole entirely different segment to this, but just some of the things I want to talk about that have went on nationally as well as locally and globally. So hey, Mr. Paul Martin, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Everybody in the building. So while y'all saying hey, howdy, hi, how you doing, everybody? I'm gonna let y'all do that, and I'm finna get into a few things. I have two new action figures that I am going to premiere tonight. Both McFarlane. Yeah, I feel like it's a fire sale. Anytime I see a McFarlane, let me qualify the statement. Anytime I see a dope McFarlane piece, and that's subjective, but I mean, they're pedestrian as far as figures go in the world of McFarlane, DC. They're not difficult to access characters, but I tell you, I had a reason for grabbing what I grabbed. That'll make sense. How about that? Mario says it's been a doozy across the board. Did you know a new polar vortex is forming? Bruh. Between distractions, and that's what I call them, because that is precisely what they are, distractions. I have not even had time to check on anything other than local weather conditions. But y'all done piled up in this mug, so I am not going to disappoint it. Disappoint. Trey Reed. No information came in on Trey Reed, and it was discovered that the coroners found no broken bones, no contusions, nothing that correlates with him being assaulted prior to the hanging. Okay. I could go all conspiracy theory if I wanted to, but I want to be respectful of the family. So, condolences for your son, Miss Reed. No parent should have to outlive their child. That's some trauma. I don't even know how I would even begin to process if I lost one of my babies. But at the same time, some just don't ring true. In my spirit, you know what I mean? As they say, I must be getting old because that's, something in my spirit just don't feel right about it. You know what I mean? It just, and it's Mississippi. The energy just ain't, you know what I mean? Where I could just dismiss it and be like, oh, perhaps that was. No, y'all Mississippi. And it ain't too far from the Tallahatchie River where Emmett Till. So you can see where the energy's coming from. All right. And it's, coroners. It's all GOB and see, here to go, the conspiracy oozing out. I can't help it. It ain't nothing but GOBs and I cover for you and you cover for me and I tell them what, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I know what they said, but they say a lot of stuff and then we come to find out years later the stuff they said don't be true. I can only speculate right now because I ain't got no hard facts. But something about that situation, it just ain't sitting comfortably with me. I know what my page is, but I know what I am. So that's why sometimes these subjects kind of rear up, and I ain't explaining nothing to the Rock With Me Nation. Rock With Me Nation already know how we get down for the get down. For you new people that's hiding back there in the wings, I'm gonna get to the comic book and the movie and the anime and the action. I'm gonna get to all that, if that's what's slated for the show. But first things first, and I feel like we ain't take no time out for that, man. But I ain't gonna get into that. We didn't take no time out for that, man. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple people died. There's somebody died here locally. We didn't take no time out for her. What you talking about, D? I get to that in a second. I'm getting to it. Again, if this were any other era, if this was any other type of social climate, I might be like, well, maybe he did. But now I can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Something don't ring true about it. It just don't. I know, again, I heard what they said. But I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go over here, but rest in power, young man. The worst is behind you. And speaking of people who the worst is behind them, I lighten the mood. I gotta lighten the mood. We can't be all up in because I got a couple more topics I gotta cover, and we're gonna be like, so I gotta get my jokes in. All right, Saturday. I'm gonna go ahead and say it since we already saw it. Terrence Crawford made light work of Canelo Alvarez, put on a mind clinic. But show of hands in the chat, who didn't know Bud was gonna win? Anybody? Anybody? I mean, I could have told you, man, 41 and up, or 42 now. What do we think was gonna happen again? What up, Groovy? What's going on, man? Glad you could make it, sir. You are always welcome in the building, my brother, when you pull up. Appreciate your ass. Anyways, though, Bud Crawford is now the uber umpteenth undisputed champion of this era. I would be hard pressed to find another boxer in this era, not counting Mayweather, more impressive than that guy right there. And that particular punch in that picture, when somebody hits you and you turn around and look at them like, dude, what for real? Is that what we doing? Bruh, I'm like, okay, you hit me once and I bap, you gonna be a long day at the office. And it was for Canelo. I mean, he eked out around here and there, but for the most part, there was no question in nobody's mind. If you sat down and watched that fight for more than 10 minutes, who was kicking whose ass? That's just how crystal clear it was. Like I said, anybody who watched that fight between him and Earl Spence, no. Because Earl Spence wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? Earl Spence was kind of on the come up too, but Bud put an end to all that. But bruh, I'm telling you, he been that dude. Whoever didn't know about him, now your ass know. But Terrence Crawford been that dude. I've been watching Terrence Crawford knock mugs out, brutalize and brutalize mugs. Been watching him do it, man. I like, and they said he fighting Canelo. I'm like, now maybe if he'd have fought Canelo 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But today, ain't got nothing coming. Ain't got nothing coming. He only want to fight the best. Well, you fought the best, Canelo, and you see what happened. Was there some comments I missed? Let me go about the last because I know, that's a sensitive topic, and I want to tread lightly because I know, I was talking about stuff last time when we was talking about some people that were unalived, you know what I'm saying, or folks was feeling some kind of way. So I want to tread respectfully. What we got here? Too many black drivers are found unalived by hanging here in the South for anything to be a coincidence. Ding, 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 ding. Anansi coroners work hand in hand with the local PD. Sometimes it's one coroner for 5 counties. They really don't do their jobs. Now you know why I got that unction deep inside of me, feeling like this look like a GOB cover-up if I ever saw one. But we gonna move right on along. Real close. Well, not real close, but real quick. I want to hit on this here situation that occurred over the weekend in Anchorage. I'm gonna read this story to you, and y'all can tell me what your thoughts are on it. Anchorage police have arrested a 19-year-old man who is accused of tracking down a woman near downtown Anchorage over the weekend and killing her via drive-by shooting. Police said in an updated statement Wednesday morning, that's yesterday, that Jacob Berkey faces, and I'll show y'all a picture after I'm done reading this article, but Jacob Berkey faces a second-degree murder charge in the death of Kowina Naleia. That sounds like one of our Pacific Island sisters. She was 26. According to a charging document against Berkey, a 911 caller at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning reported finding Naleia laying on the side of North Post Road, that's back down the road here, in an industrial area near Ship Creek. She was covered in blood and what had appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds. A responding detective helped the caller provide CPR before medics took Naleia to Providence Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. The charges say surveillance video from a nearby business show a green Subaru with a distinctive white hood. Early Tuesday, police got a report of a similar Subaru broken down near Chena and Davis Street in Muldoon. That's up the road that way. With several people trying to start it up. Officers detained its driver, Berkey. At police headquarters, the charges say Berkey allegedly confessed to detectives that he was looking for Naleia on Sunday morning and then shot her from behind the Subaru's wheel. Berkey said once he saw her, he rolled the driver's side down, slowed the vehicle by pressing the brakes, and aimed a SIG P233 22 caliber pistol using the sights and pulled the trigger on Miss Naleia at least 5 times. He stated that he observed Naleia fall to the ground and then drove away. Yeah. The charging document, and that's the crazy part, says there is no relationship between Berkey or Naleia or any motive for the shooting. Here we go with this shit again. Okay, Naleia's death is the 19th homicide this year after 3 deaths on September 9th, including the double shooting of Carl Nielsen, 44, and Sarah Ashley Cummings, 34, near Davis Park in Mountain View. That's right up the block. By Wednesday, police had not announced any arrests in that case. Cat. D-Real, why did you read that article to us? What was the purpose? To show you that it's shit going on everywhere. Okay. That's a picture of the young man, Jacob Berkey, who is in custody at the Anchorage jail, which is right down the block. I live so close to everything, don't I? I'm right here in the mountain hood. Yes, I am. I ain't never scared. Anyway, 19 with no motive or relationship to the woman. Was he trying to join a gang? Sometimes that's gang culture. If you want to be in the gang or if you want to do this, you got to go on a funk mission. You know what I'm saying? You got to snuff somebody. Sometimes it ain't got to be the enemy. It could be a civilian. You know what I mean? And I don't know. And that's the only thing I can speculate. But yeah, 26 years old, 5 gunshot wounds. Ain't no way to go, especially when you wasn't asking for it. He wasn't doing anything for it to happen. Injustices occur everywhere. Rock with me, nation. My family goes. My condolences go out to the young lady's family, and I hope that y'all can find some peace in that, or if you can't, press the issue. Feel free to. Good Lord, in Anchorage? Yes, good Lord, in Anchorage. 1994, the summer of 1994, 94 was it 95? 100 homicides. They don't talk about that. That ain't no national news. One summer. I mean, it pales in comparison to something like Chicago, but shit. I'm sorry, 100 homicides in a year. There. That for somewhere like this, and then back then where it was only like 200,000 was the population, you know what I'm saying? That's something. That's a big deal. I see Nase has slid in. What's up, brother Nase? Glad you are here, hanging out, kicking it with us. But anyway, back there. Second degree murder, shooting brown women at random. I don't make up the rules, Queen. I don't make up the rules. So I don't know why. I mean, that to me seemed like that's first degree murder. I'm all on board with you, Grand Madam. If I walk up and just pow and leave, that's murder. Whether you was that's murder. I don't know. Well, also there is these crazy online groups gassing each other up to hurt people. Could be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what motivates people. Have you ever felt the generation gap? You know what I mean? Like, I would really feel it a lot more if I didn't have kids and I wasn't around them and hearing and, being exposed to some of the stuff that kids, and then to a lesser degree, a 26-year-old daughter. So I'm kind of, you know what I mean? Between 26 and 17, I'm getting all of that. And so I'm a lot more in touch with what's going on with youth than somebody my age or disposition should be. So yeah, I get it. It's weird. It's really weird. But it's a symptom of what's going on in our world today. It's a symptom of us not understanding. Are we aware that, like, I'm not saying everybody, but remember in the 90s, the late 80s and the 90s, and everybody was and having kids and not being married and not being together, and it was a lot of single parents and drug addict parents and just basic all around like selfish parents. Well, those kids grew up. And those kids can't stand us. By and large, I'm not saying all of them, but by and large, because it's that generational thing. I'm grown now. I'm tired of listening to your ass. I've had to listen to you all my life. I don't want to listen to you no more. Shut up. That's the energy. You know what I'm saying? There was a time like when I have to teach with my actions now instead of my words, because a lot of people, younger people, are like, talk is cheap. Everybody can talk. Show me something that everybody can't do, or teach me something everybody can't do. And that's kind of the energy I get from a younger generation. They want you to show them. If you don't have it, Don't talk to me about it. And I mean, quite honestly, I kind of don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, what are you going to teach me if you ain't got shit? What am I going to learn from you looking at you? It could be some homeless people out here that are sages. You know what I'm saying? It could be Dalai Lamas filled with wisdom and knowledge that the world needs. But because you are experiencing homelessness, how are we going to get that information? How are we going to get that knowledge? How is that wisdom going to be transferred? You see what I'm saying? So it's not so much about this person being smarter or better than that person, but if this person got knowledge we need and we don't have an inkling of where they at or who they are, I'm just happy that I have a functional, positive, loving relationship with all my babies. Guess I was an all right dad. I mean, I wasn't a great dad. I wasn't a perfect dad, but the fact that people still want to be around, the fact that adult children still want to be around you mean you're kind of cool. If your adult children want to kick it with you, you're cool. Juju, what's up? You missed all the good stuff, man. I already talked about Canelo and Alvarez, but I mean, who hasn't? I told everybody about a local drive-by. Yeah, it was a local drive-by, and it was just it's some silly stuff, but just to illustrate that it's crazy stuff going on all over the world, and not just as an example, but just, I mean, at some point it got to be some kind of call to action. You know what I mean? Aw, thank you, Grand Madam. Thank you. I'm glad somebody else thinks I'm cool. Oh, it ain't no bad. Nah, it ain't like that. I'm just, yeah, just filling you in because you're a super fan, bro. Had to drive to a hospital post. Say less, sir. Say less. Yeah. So, what else we got? Oh, holy smokes! Did you get your dose of Alien Earth this week? I say that one topic for last because I got a feeling we're gonna be talking about that for a minute. Anyways, if you have watched the latest episode of Alien Earth, you will learn that not only can Wendy communicate and talk to the Xenomorph, it thinks Wendy is the queen. Now, how vigorously do those soldiers, Xenomorphs, protect the queen? In any instance we've seen, they'll give their lives literally to protect the queen. Hell, they'll give their lives to free the queen if she's imprisoned. So, much like, as you might guess, because she can talk to the Xenomorph, they decided they was going to get up out of there because they was tired of being treated like slaves. And as you recall, slightly let the face hugger get on Arthur. And at the beginning of the episode, the face hugger was on his face, and you could hear him breathing, and you could hear the Xenomorph, or the face hugger kind of in his throat, and it like, and it was, and the little pouches was throat pulse. It was It was creepy. You know what I'm saying? And Slightly is just sitting in there like, because the other cat's communicating with him, telling him, I need you to bring me an alien. Basically, the alien gets in Arthur. Arthur's on the beach with Slightly and the other black dude that's just he's the white black dude. Well, man, come on. Oh, he's got that kind of energy. Remember, robots, children's brains? These people do an excellent job of acting like children. And Wendy does an excellent job of acting like a child who's getting ready to go into like puberty. Anyways, oh, yeah. Wendy is a technopath because Wendy was able to free the Xenomorph from his pen and had him follow them just in case, they ran into something. And they did run into something. And she gave a little to the Xenomorph, and the Xenomorph came out the bushes and just wrecked everybody. Yes, Slightly did do old Arthur dirty and got away with it. Because after all of that, Kirsch got him back and told him he was grounded. After all of that, you betrayed and got Arthur killed and did all of this stuff, and you just got to come back. They need to deprogram your ass because you wrong Slightly. You caused all kind of problems and all kind of trouble, and you just get to go back to your room. WTF? You say you tried, you just couldn't get it. Spent the last 2 nights binging 24 Legacy. I don't think I watched 24 Legacy. I watched the original 24, but I never watched 24 Legacy. Maybe I should have. Is that the one with the dude who played Dr. Dre in it? That's I forget his name, but you know what I'm talking about. And he had like the terrible dreads in on The Walking Dead. And I think he was on a Jurassic Park. Was it a Jurassic Park? No, he was in Kong Skull Island. There we go. Yeah, he was in Kong Skull Island. So I saw, yes, Grand Madam, thank you, Corey Hawkins. Yes, that is his name. Yes. Thank you. That's why I love y'all. That's why I love the Rock Me Nation. I can mess with y'all. Y'all, you're knowledgeable. You're quick to Google. I'm quick to Google too, because I hate looking foolish or not having the answer, because everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'm gonna have to pull up. And adopt, huh? Anyway, Kirsch, yes, he did. He played everybody, and I knew he had something going on. I knew he did, because he let on that he was down with what was going on, but he always looked like he knew more than he said. So yeah, expertly played checkmate like a mug. Anywho, that episode ended with Yatani forces invading the island and taking out, well, not before she did her thing and grabbed dude and tore his mouth off because he threw her doll in the water. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me about that, Kumoyo. T. Ocellus. That's the eyeball thing. The boy genius actually communicated with the sheep with the eyeball in his head and was asking it about pi, and it was like hitting, tell it what numbers, and it was like, okay, all right, ooh, I want to talk to you. Oh, if we could put you in a human, oh, maybe we should do that, and he's like, you know what I'm saying, such disregard for human life. Yeah, put this eye thing in your eye so I can talk to this eye thing. And it's like, if you're in any advanced any advanced civilization understands the concept of pi. So wherever T.O. Celis is from, they understand the concept of pi. Yeah. And they are actually contemplating putting that thing in a human. That's gonna be wild. And the dude's trying to tell him, I don't think it's a good idea to let that motherfucker get out into the population. And he ain't listening because you know how geniuses, they just caught up in their own shit and just you know what I'm saying, having Einstein moments and shit. So yeah, it's gonna go monumentally bad. Who do I think the human test subject will be? I don't know who it'll be. But I wish it was Dame. It should be, because it's kind of indirectly, Boy Cavalier's fault for making the faulty robots that ended up putting the face hugger on her man and ended up getting the chest buster busting out of his chest. Yeah, put it in his and see if they feelings don't align. I'm reaching. Yeah, she did. Smacked Mugs into the water. Yeah. And that's why I was like, when they was grabbing on Slightly and the other kid, I'm like, don't y'all got 3 times the strength of a human? Why are y'all just slap them around like old girls smacked them around? You know what I mean? Choke them out. You know what I'm saying? Have them in a crucifix. Just roughing them up. You say you waiting for Diplomacare to make its grand debut in episode 8. Huh. Okay. I can't wait. I actually cannot wait. And because I cannot wait, we're gonna go on and get to the juiciness of this evening, y'all. Unless I thought that too. I thought, yeah, they already captured him, right? Because he don't like dude anyway. So yeah, probably. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That's still gonna be weird. Let's move to the next subject. Ooh, that's so creepy. So very creepy. I don't do that, Kamoyo, because I want to be like, you know what I'm saying, when I see it. So I want to be genuinely shocked. Okay. Speaking of genuinely shocked, perfect segue. Thanks, me. Boom. All right. Now, y'all know what happened, right? Or do you need me to read the article? Because I can read the article, then we can get into it. But y'all know what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Your boy Bob Iger. You know what? Okay, Paul. If Paul Martin know, everybody know. No shade, dog. No shade. Okay, so as I tell people all the time, that is a symptom of a bigger problem. Okay? I learned a new term today. You know what that term is? Jawboning. You know what jawboning is? That's when regulators, like the FCC, or government officials pressure private actors like social media or company or broadcast networks to stifle speech. Jawboning is what's being done to Jimmy Kimmel. And then on top of that, what Jimmy Kimmel said was not a lie. It just hurt. The truth always hurts somebody. Mainly the unjust. They are the ones that the truth is like sunlight to a vampire, to people like that. The truth burns so bad that they gotta do some shit. And that's what hit dogs holler. We always say that. There it is in real time. Them hit dogs hollering response was stifle that MF. Shut him up. I don't like the way he's making me feel. And they're always hypocrites. Always, 99.99% of the time, they're freaking hypocrites. Because if you do the same stuff to them, I'm gonna tell. They're like that. Mitch Bay. They Mitch Bay. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I agree. Jimmy Kimmel should sue because what they doing, I mean, what are we, wait a minute. Are we doing what happened in Germany in 1936? Because y'all, that's happening in real time right now. Okay? I don't often lean into the prophet title that y'all have given me, but guess what? Here comes one.
I didn't understand that.
You ain't supposed to. Political officials, and I'm not saying this to threaten, I'm not saying this because I have any special information, but politicians are going to become unalived. Key figures in the government are going to become unalived. Why do I say that? Germany, 1936. How do you think Adolf Hitler came to power? You think they just gonna say, oh, hey, let's take this little Austrian fellow and make him our supreme leader? Yeah. No. Funk missions. Look it up. Look it up. There was a whole period of time where that's all that went on. Let's go snuff the key people. Let's go snuff the key people. And then let's make a law that says it's okay for these kind of people to be in these kind of positions. It looks innocuous. That's always how it looks. A supreme dictator is never going to call himself the supreme dictator until after he's the supreme dictator. That's how Hitler did it. And who follows Adolf Hitler's playbook to the effing letter? Cheeto Man. Don't believe me? Watch. We living in an era where the government says F your liberties, F your freedoms. The only thing we keeping in place is the Second Amendment. Everything else is up for motherfucking grabs. But don't take away my guns, though. Civil liberties? Y'all want to roll shit back to Jim Crow era? That's when America was great. For who? Oh, we don't care about how it was for you. We don't give a damn. Ultra conservatives and fundamentalist Christians have full control of this country. What they want to see can be implemented through the machinations of your president appointing crap tons of judges. Crap tons of judges so that Cheetos will be done according to the law. Bruh. Evangelical Christian fundamentalists are all over everything in this country. It can be traced back to them. What do you think the Heritage Foundation is? The people who came up with Project 2025. What do you think they are? They're fundamentalist Christians. Bottom line, this is how it is. We want just one. You're not going to realize you're being choked out until the hands are around your throat. And by then, it's too motherfucking late. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? Let's go to the comments. Facts. I try to deal in them. More freedom on independent media anyway. For now. Exactly, my brother. Crazy, them calling themselves Christians. Nothing Christian about them. Bruh. I'm just, don't kill the messenger. Why do you think Cheeto removed security details from former presidents and VPs? Well, because there was an annoying clause that said he could, but he didn't have to. But that's who you're dealing with. And yes, that makes it a lot easier to get at. Yeah, what you said. And trust me, that is when it's going to happen. When the time for elections rolls around. You think I'm bullshitting. That's when it's going to roll around. Anybody that wants to run for president, anybody that dares to run for president Watch. Don't act shocked. That's all I'm going to say. Don't act shocked when it happens. Because it's going to happen. Don't get your passport canceled. Don't get your passport canceled. Dip out of this mug and you might be seeking asylum. Just saying. Just watch. Because if this can happen in 2025, what can't? That is literally, openly, clearly stifling of that man's freedom of speech. If we can stifle people's freedom of speech in this country, what do we got left? That's why let me shut up. That's why I have protection. There we go. That's why. Not because I'm afraid, but because I know. You can't help when circumstance happens, but when circumstance happens, it will favor the prepared man. See what I'm saying? And that's all that is. This is why you can't rely on your allies on the left. The caucasity of their complacency caused this. I've been saying that for a while now. I've been saying that for a while now. And my brother Kokai has been saying it for a while now too. It is not our responsibility to fix the trauma that Caucasian people deal with. They got to fix it. They got to fix it. What you think you gonna tell a old 70-year-old Caucasian man about racism who been a racist all his live long life? I mean, you could tell him. You can tell him. What we talking about in the comments? Christian nationalists in cahoots with Netanyahu and crew. They ain't never going go in on Netanyahu and them because they think they the winning team. But that is what that is. Caucasity. It's a thing, Panthro. And hello and welcome. I've been looking for the application for passport from the United States of Africa. Kamoyo, when a certain person was a Democrat, he was the useful idiot and fun guy. Too much nonsense was tolerated as long as the checks cleared. Hey. But again, you knew back in November what was going to happen. If y'all read Project 2025 like I urged you to, and I ain't saying y'all didn't, but just in general, and have an understanding of it, you know this was going to happen. And then the stuff he set in place last term only reinforces this happening. And that's why it happened so damn quickly. Why do you think it happened so quickly? Because they was ready to roll. We done linked up with the Heritage Foundation and they seeing eye to eye with what we want to do. And so we don't have no problem with how you want to move forward. What Theo say? when you give the keys to the palace to a clown, the castle become a circus. Or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. But Case in point. Tell them, like I told an old bigot once, you can go on about your business or you can stay right there permanently. It's all on you. Hey man, my brother, I just might have to issue that. I might have to. But dang it, it's downstairs. But I found my Racer X, Kamoyo. I found my Racer X. It was downstairs. Yeah, we gonna have that online too. If you were a sports fan, your spidey sense should have been tingling when his money was too funny for the NFL. Can't be in their boys' club, yet give him more power. Make it make sense. Bruh. It's so many ways to nah. I mean, if you're disillusioned and uncurably conservative, yeah, there's so many ways to make what. But if you live, like I told y'all, I wasn't even checking for no Charlie Kirk. I knew he was, but I wasn't, you know what I mean? But it's like, bruh, I heard what he said about black people. First of all, you're not black. I'm gonna stop because I'm I'm gonna say some stuff and I don't wanna say it. I guess the best way I can summarize it is if you have drank good Kool-Aid before, you know when somebody's giving you bad Kool-Aid. Okay. If you live in a day and age or in your mind, you can say things about black pilots. Oh, I hope it's a good one. A good what? Pilot or black person? Both? Neither? Qualify that statement. That's what conservative people do. They will find how to passively make that okay. When we know, if you use your common sense, that at the very least, that's passive aggressive. At the very least. And we all know passive aggressive is nothing if irritating. Don't be passive aggressive. Say what you mean. Say it with your whole chest. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Same YT Repub friend who sent me a condolence card when my dad passed last year sees nothing wrong with Kirk's beliefs. A lot of people don't. That's what I'm saying. He's a honest to goodness, true to life martyr. And they are using him as such. We gonna say, oh, because of his death, we want to see this implemented in the government. Okay, you got it. I'm just letting you know before it happens. Don't be like, oh my God, why you get ready? I was just talking to some of my buddies today about how, you know what I'm saying, to have or not to have certain things just in case. about doomsday prepping and that kind of a thing, because it's like, bruh, you don't want to get caught out here when these grocery stores and Walmarts are butt naked, when ain't nobody getting nothing for weeks. Yeah, I got a couple apple trees and a berry bush, but I need to plant more because I ain't a vegetarian. Maybe I need to get some chickens too while I'm at it. Might have to look into that. Just might have to look into that. You know what I mean? You can have your own eggs. Do you know? Because I done checked. It's cheaper to buy chickens, living, walking around chickens, than it is to buy eggs. Think about it. Think about it. It's cheaper to get a chicken than it is to get eggs. Come on, y'all. Be ready. They are not playing out here. Be ready. As bad as it is now. Do you hear me? As bad as it is now, it could get worse. And it probably is going to. But all creatures shall make merry under pain of death. Okay, we about an hour in. I'm gonna take the comments and then we're gonna get to these two action figures, and we probably gonna be done. What Theo say? Here for a good time, not a long time. He was like the parent who never yelled but talked to you like shite in sweet tones, as opposed to the yeller. Yeah, that's kind of more. That's more demented to me. That's more. Yeah, I can't just sit around and be at my kids like, I will beat your ass because you stupid. You ain't got no sense. I try, and I try to tell your dumb ass, you don't look at me like that. Go get me something to beat your ass with. No. I ain't doing that. Get your ass over here. Yeah, I'm a yell. I'm a yeller. I'm gonna yell at you. That just seemed creepy. Yeah, that's like a horror movie. I'm come up to you over your shoulder and be whispering, "You better have those dishes done. Beat your ass. Do we understand each other? All right, hurry up." Ain't nobody trying to do all of that. Fox host talked about killing homeless and still has a job. Tell the masses, Bob Martin. Tell the masses. That's why when Theo is being diplomatic during his lives, I just sit on the side, hoping I don't have to hit somebody with this stick. Word. I want a chicken coop for my garden. Bruh, it done got down to that, man. I didn't really want to get down like that, but it seemed like Might have to you got to do something, man. Cause I got a big old backyard, man. I can make some space and run just like, yeah. Oh yeah, boy. Go in there and get them chickens, boy. Woo, woo, woo. Cause my partner Shannon, he got a chicken coop, and I think he got like about 4 or 5 chickens, man. And eggs for days. Eggs for days, bro. I'm like, huh. You might have something there, my good fellow. Let me give me a chicken coop and put me a couple of little cluckers in there. Because you can't have roosters in Anchorage. You can't in the municipality. You can't have no rooster. You can have you some hens. Who wants a rooster anyway? Unless you're trying to make more chickens. But I'm not trying to make more chickens. I get me like 4 or 5 chickens. I'd be cool with like 4 or 5 chickens and just be like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? I'll be good with that. And then if worse come to worse, I'm from Arkansas. Well, I'm not from Arkansas, but my peoples is from Arkansas. We know how to pluck chickens. We know how to pluck some chickens. If worse come to worse, and I got to make one of them chickens a meal. It's crazy because some others who may not look like us think I'm being too hard right now. Oh, I watched your live from yesterday, bro. You was going in, man. That was not the show for Caucasian people. At all, bro. they would have been like, oh, this is militant. I'm not watching this. I just need a reporter to ask 47 if, since he solved 7 wars, is he going to negotiate peace between Latveria and Wakanda? I need to hear that answer. I bet you that clown would say he is. We grew up with a neighbor who had a coop. We stayed having eggs. Bruh, you get some chickens, like some good chickens, that and like they're healthy and they produce, because like what I noticed in the winter, they produce less eggs than in the spring and the summer. I don't know if that's geographic or whatever, but his chickens, they cranking out like right now they just tapering off from cranking out like 4 or 5 eggs a day. You got a dozen in like 5 chickens, you got a dozen in like 3 days. So you got a dozen eggs every week. 2 dozen eggs every week. No need to go to the store for eggs anymore. And they be different size eggs too. You know what I mean? They be like, sometimes they be little like that. Sometimes they be regular size egg. You know what I'm saying? So depending on what's what. You say you wish we had gators. Well, I wish y'all had wolverines. And moose. The moose is some good eating too. Moose sausage is delicious. Reindeer sausage, yummy. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be mad at it either. Now that's all I want for breakfast now is reindeer sausage. If I could have reindeer sausage for breakfast every day, I would. Eggs is money down there? Huh. I'm gonna have to get on my grind then. I'm gonna definitely have to get on my grind. Look here, y'all. Let's get to the action figures. Now, one is, well, they're both McFarlane, but one is from his digital studio, and the other one is a gold label. They are not, like I said, they ain't no characters you ain't never seen before. But trust me, I have my reasons for grabbing them. The first one up, of course, is Batman. Y'all like, what? Boo. This Negro got Batman? Yeah. Yeah, Batman. I needed a normal Batman figure with a wire cape. I wanted a regular old comic book looking Batman. Bam! Done. I like the way that cape is hanging. It's got wire on the side, so you can do, well, here, let's pull him out here. So there you go. There's Batman with the wire cape. Well, not quite wire, just kind of fringed edges. So, I mean, you could give him that, because he's got a grip hand. So I guess you could do let's get a handful of cape and look all dramatic. You know what I mean? Like so. He's got the, because what it is, this is the classic Batman. But this is the Batman that you may see in a future square up against a certain Wakandan king. Stay tuned. We got designs. Stay tuned. It'll probably go down on an Action Figure Tuesday really soon. So yeah, we'll settle that conversation. I mean, it's been settled, but we're gonna settle it Action Figure Tuesday style. So I'm gonna put a little bit of extra funk on it. You know what I mean? Because we already know what the outcome gonna be. We just want to see the how, right? Yeah. Yeah, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. But Bruce versus Dimitri, Bruce versus Matt. Definite possibility. But the other one I got is Cyborg Superman. And that is the Cyborg Superman from Revenge of the Green Lanterns. He eventually became a Red Lantern. I needed a Cyborg Superman, and so I didn't want the blue and red one. So, and that's a cooler looking one. If I'm being honest, the color scheme alone has it winning. I mean, just Superman, and he's got a wire cape, so there'll be some versatility and some posing going on. So maybe I'll do a review on this one, but those are the two. Like I said, it wasn't, it wasn't nothing crazy. I just like the look. I like the energy of the, figure. So, and it's a gold label. So I copped it. Y'all know about me and McFarlane's. I likes my McFarlane's. I digs my McFarlane's. How have we not had a Black Panther Batman team up in this 2025? How indeed, sir. How indeed. That is a question for the ages. But look here, y'all. So, Cyborg Superman is interesting as a concept. Yeah, good old Hank Henshaw. I remember him. Well, he made a premiere shortly before the Doomsday storyline in Superman comics. But yeah, Cyborg Superman is formidable. I mean, even without the Green Lantern thing, he was already able to hold his own against Superman. Kinda. Anyway. Yeah, interesting concept. Superman hate squad is what I call it. He's part of the Superman hate squad. Some people who hate Superman, and maybe you can be a true villain for that. You can perpetrate fakeness. Which is kind of what he did. Y'all do know tomorrow is Friday, right? And because tomorrow is Friday, I'm gonna need all of y'all that pulled up tonight. It was quite a few of y'all. I need y'all to pull up for Friday Vibing tomorrow. Redaction, revisement. Anyway, I'm telling you some stuff that's different from what I told you before because information and situations have changed. Cannabis advocate slated for next Friday. Won't be able to pull up until October, first week in October. So we can look forward to that. And I know Kamoyo, you had asked me if she got a page. I think she does. Her name's Michelle, and I think her page is it has some kind of bombshell kind of the word bombshell in the name, I think, because that's is the name of her business. But we will get the particulars when we have a conversation with her. I haven't talked to her in a while. I think it's probably time me and her link up because she's on TikTok too. That's how I saw she was, hanging out, and we linked back up on TikTok. But she's on TikTok, and she's out there doing material. Sometimes she'll just do a video where she's like at her house or outside somewhere, and she'll just start like singing a song and smoking. She's the coolest. But yeah, I think that y'all will have a lot of fun because she's a very fun-loving, happy-go-lucky kind of person. I mean, she's no nonsense when she need to be. Most black women are. But she's pretty happy-go-lucky. She's fun to be around. So I think you, Theo, I think you will enjoy hanging out with her. And you might want to order some things from her. Shh, don't tell nobody. Anyways, though, that is it for this live, y'all. Look at that. We wrapped it up in an hour, 20 minutes. I ain't got to talk all night, but wasn't this poignant conversation? You don't have to talk long to talk poignantly. You know what I'm saying? I got my point across, and that's what you're supposed to do on social media, because folks be like, you talking too long. I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to watch your shit. So, so I'm going to go ahead and put a wrap on it right now. And y'all make sure y'all pull up tomorrow for the Friday Vibe. Me and Theo doing what we do. That's it for now. But for right now, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good, each other.